Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and thank you for watching. If you're watching this on the day I'm actually recording it, this is the first of our Wednesday Lenten services tonight. So we have Judy Clark preaching. We'll have our soup supper at 6:15 and a short worship service at 7 o'clock. Everybody's invited to that. And then looking ahead to this weekend, in this second Sunday of Lent, it'll be March 8th, we have one of the most famous verses in the Bible. John 3:16. Luther once called this the Bible in miniature. You know, for God so loved the world. And we also have the story of the call of Abraham. And you know, I don't know about anybody else. There are times where as a person who loves Scripture and who studies Scripture, I can sometimes read things and I don't understand everything at the very moment I read it. And sometimes, I've gone through years of this work, and sometimes there are still things I come to and I don't understand. But I do understand, I think, what is at the heart of this. And it's about this gift of God's love, this gift of God's grace, and then the response that we have to this call that God places on our lives. God so loved the world, and God so loves you and me. And God, in the midst of that love, reaches out and calls us to things that we don't always understand. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to get it right every single step of the way. We may be those who are called to serve God, but even, you look at Abraham, or you look at the disciples, or you look at anybody really throughout Scripture, they don't get it right all the time. And yet God still uses them to be a blessing. And so we live in this world where we inhabit this call of grace for the sake of the world. That we are given this witness of God's love, so that we may also proclaim that love to the world that needs to hear it so desperately. And that we may, instead of putting additional burdens on other people's shoulders, be able to set them free so they can live the lives that God called them to be. So again, I thank you for watching. I hope that you'll join us at worship this weekend. We worship at 8:30 with our traditional service and at 11 o'clock with our celebration service. Have a great week, and I hope to see you at Rejoice.